Read a smile behind my mask. How long will it last? Stimulus going fast. Government won't act. How long will this be going on? Aloha, this is Skye, your Soulful Progressive with FNN, Feminist News Network, that Feminist News that's right for you. Welcome to Skye in the Ahi Room, giving you that soulful news you need, yes indeed. And I am Hawaii's only independent, opinionated news reporter. There needs to be more. I know that's right. So like and subscribe, click that link below, and you can see more of my videos. I know that's right, been around for 3 years. So what is it I want to talk to you about today? What is really going on? Let's take a look at Surfside, Florida. Collapse of a 12-story, 136-unit building right on the beach.
You see it there on the right side. It's unbelievable to watch. Just something, and there it goes again. My goodness.
That is the first time we
families with children sleeping inside. These bunk beds left dangling in the remnants of a bedroom.
Still have people standing upstairs that don't need to be evacuated.
Gabe Neer and his family moved into the building 6 months ago, running outside after they heard the first collapse.
We just ran for our lives, and it was nothing but just white, thick cloud of dust.
This young boy pulled from the rubble.
The governor has issued a state of emergency as the search continues, and now the big question, how this could have happened. Authorities investigating the building and any work that was being done there.
To help prevent something like that here in the islands, Hawaii structural engineers say it's important to keep up with regular building inspections, especially because of the impact of land erosion, rising sea levels, and other environmental distress on buildings. While newer construction requires inspection once every 3 years, a local structural engineer says it's the older buildings he's worried about.
Many of the older structures are not required to be upgraded to meet current code. They may have met code when they were built 40 years ago, but they're not required to be brought up to code, because there's new codes that come out every 3 years.
It's especially concerning considering the number of older structures here in Honolulu.
Did you see that? Well, one person died. There's 100 plus that have survived. They're still looking for 99 more, and it's a methodical process that they're going through. And one has been saved with an amputation. Now, what is really going on in regards to this? Now, we're going to bring Florida and let it intersect with Hawaii, because in every beachfront community, from what happened in Surfside and what happens from every coastal town with beachfront communities that are crowded. Because Surfside is a rich residential community. All beachfront properties are. But I'm going to intersect this with Hawaii today, because we are on the brink. And it brings home something that I've experienced personally by running into one of the drunk architects and designers of one of the buildings. I got a story to tell. Now, we're going to take a field trip, and I'm going to show you, just like they're claiming that they were working on the roof of this 12-story building in Surfside, and then it fell under that night after. They're saying maybe a sinkhole. Mayor Buckhead said that the building was built in 1980. Well, we have buildings in Hawaii built way sooner than that, and earlier and later than that, that are on our beach fronts that have clear signs clear, visible annotations of looking like it could happen to them too. Now, I'm not saying that we have sinkholes, but you're going to learn today the history of some of the properties of Honolulu and Waikiki beachfront. And even though they may be in front of a park, you need to know the history of that park too. And we're going to learn and show you what can be the next Surfside incident if they don't take care of it, because it was found in Hawaii just within the last year that there was establishment payoffs and bribery done within the permitting process for some builders and developers. So yeah, they're getting it to go through without knowing what to really do to save the Aina, the people in the community. And if you don't think Honolulu ain't full of corruption like that, after they just got caught, after the FBI's been asked to investigate our rail system, you're not living in reality, baby. So we're going to show you some of the buildings that are out there that could be the next Surfside if we're not aware. Let's take a look. All of this is just within a small meters away from the shoreline. This is from behind to show you the depth and the thickness and the overdevelopment of this shoreline. And this is right in front of Ala Moana Beach Park. Just yards from the beach, just meters away, you have high-rise buildings with a lot of infrastructure going on and new ones being built all the time. This one had an infinity pool that went bad, and now we see what's going on. All within the last 10 years, working on an infrastructure that was created during the 1940s and 50s. What a weight on infrastructure. All right, this is Ala Moana Beach Park. I'm up at the top of the Ward Center parking garage, giving you this beautiful view over here. But there's something about Ala Moana Beach Park, so let me give you some history. Back in the early 1800s, this beautiful land park was a dump. It was a trash heap. It was meant to throw garbage on. And then during 1955, you got that beautiful diamond head in the background. This little inland right here, this piece of land, that's a little delta, little peninsula, whatever you want to call it, that is Magic Island. That was created by the man Kaiser of Kaiser Permanente fame, who wanted to build his own island to put a hotel on there, and that would have blocked the view of beautiful Diamond Head for miles across the shoreline, so they did not allow him to do that. So in other words, this right here is a man-made island that never got used for a hotel. So back when I was assistant manager of this building right here, Kamake Vista Apartments, which is a low-income high-rise, at one time there was no building surrounding it. It was just Kamake Vista and this senior housing right here. and all there was that building right there in between those two big ones. And I was standing in front of this building. It had just got finished being built. The story is I was going to the mall and I stopped in front of this building, this one right here, when there was a man in a blue suit standing in front of the building, and he was like super freaking drunk. And I'm like, what's going on? He just came out of a bar called Cheers that's right around the corner. Yeah, just like the TV show. But it's no longer there. And he was stinking freaking drunk. He said he was the engineer of this building. And they had lost about 2 or 3 beams. The beams that is the foundation for the building, it sunk, got lost. I'm like, where did they go? He's like, they just disappeared, and we had to put in several in different spots before we could get a beam to stick, or a solid foundation beam or whatever it was. And he was just stinking frunkin' drunk. So I'm like, is this building sturdy? Can it handle, like, because we had just had the civil defense come to our building, and we had a couple of issues, and he had told us if it was a level 5 tsunami, that the water would come to at least the 6th floor of our building, which were the offices. And so you're thinking 6 floors of a building, and you saw how far back that was. So that's at least 7 floors to this building. And you got our support beams that nobody knows where they are, and you built a building this big. And I know what I know, and I saw what I saw, and I talked to who I talked to. And you can't make me take back my memories, and you say it's a lie or bullshit or whatever. But I did talk to that man, and he told me that at the end of the conversation that a lot of these buildings are unstable due to the infrastructure beneath it. All right. One would have to wonder, with this type of infrastructure so close to the beach as I'm showing you, if that would be a good idea to not but reinforce, reinspect, and make sure our shoreline isn't overdeveloped like it's seemingly starting to look. Because we need a safe and better and a sustainable Hawaii for generations to come. Did you see what I just showed you? Now, I know that's right. And these buildings, such as I said, are notorious. All of the locals know about these buildings. Some of them are just flat out visible. Now, what is going on? Has corruption and the money paid off enough people to keep the inspections low, to keep these buildings still going on? But the point is, if we start now on lessening the properties that are on our beachfront, work on the infrastructure first, because the building of these buildings are crumbling the infrastructure because it cannot hold it. Why? Because it's too damn old. It's too damn old. And almost a mile in, there's nothing but coral and reef and a bunch of mice underneath, like I showed you along Alamo. Now, we got to take this seriously, because on the west side and the east side, it's sand erosion. They're just collapsing off, hoping they can save their little $1 million overpriced homes, when what they need to do is take the time to have the community in the state to put some of that COVID money in its rightful place, lift up some of those damn homes, and take them further off of the properties. And you can do that. If you're rich enough, you can. The thing is, anything you do in Hawaii is outrageously expensive just because they can. Not because it should cost that much. Let me tell you. They're just, profit whores over here. But it's going to happen again. The whole community within Surfside has been blocked off, and those people aren't allowed in. Now, when you get a rich community that's lined up with beachfront hotels, houses, and then you're going to have to block all those people out that are the movers and think they shaking here in town, and they can't get into their homes when it happens. Climate change is real. What Florida has done has just shown us what can happen across America's beach fronts, and especially Hawaii needs to pay attention. Florida's trying to tell you something. And if you agree with me, leave those comments below and let me know at FeministNewsN@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe to that YouTube channel and that Facebook page. And remember, I'm that Soulful Progress one on Twitter. Get that rant of the day on blogger. And I'm no longer that one woman team, because I got that news crew. Come on, news crew. Come on, come on. Yeah. So, if you care to donate, that's Venmo at Skye Soulful Progressive. Thank you in advance, and I appreciate all those that have helped so far. Yeah. Now, you got to remember, in this era of hate, we're going to have to participate. If we don't, we're going to have crumblings and infrastructure failures all over this place. I know that's right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Peace. See the smile behind my mask. How long will it last? Stimulus going fast. Government won't act. How long will this be going on? I'm standing here in line, struggling.